Volkswagen Golf Mk4. This video will show you how to replace rear ABS sensor or wheel speed sensor. So what we've done here, we choke the front wheel so it doesn't roll anywhere, and jacked up rear of the car. Don't use jack on its own, use stance as well for safety, and remove the rear wheel. You just take the wheel off and this is what it looks like. And let's have a look on this side. We still can have access to the ABS sensor. From inside now you can see that this is your ABS sensor, that's connector, and that's 5mm Allen bolt holding it. You might use some brush to clean the dirt off. Try not to breeze because it's really dusty. Next thing that we are going to do is remove this bolt that holds the sensor. It's a 5mm Allen bolt for Allen key, like that. So make sure you get all the dirt out of there so you can fit the Allen bit properly. And for even better contact key with the bolt, you can put it in and then tap it with the hammer. Now you can apply a ratchet on that and break it loose, and then take it out completely. Next thing we are going to do is disconnect this electric connector. I'm going to give you a better view. So this is our connector. You push this little lever up to take here off the hook, and then you pull the connector off. Simple. Now is the funny bit, to remove the sensor. I've read on one internet forum saying that ABS sensor is like corrupt politician. The longer he's in, the more difficult to remove him. Car manuals won't normally give you any good advice on that. All it says, just remove the bolt, remove the wire, and then take it out. It's not as simple as that. As for this particular sensor, I'm gonna use some WD-40 and soak it in and leave it for some time and see how it works, and see if we can remove it without damage. So here we are some time later. What happened here, I've used pry bar, just trying to turn this sensor just to maybe crack the rust and maybe make it looser. But what happened, I just broke this part off here, the part that holds the bolt. So what we're going to do now with this sensor, definitely going for destroy. So let's remove the brakes. I have a special video about brakes on this car, so follow link in the video description. So I'm not going to give you too much details. What I can say, just remove these two 13mm bolts and use 15mm spanner here as a counter hole. There is a nut here and there is a bolt. So simply remove them, these bolts, this one and this one. With those two bolts out, now you can wiggle the caliper. Help yourself with the pry bar and take it off. You don't want to give too much stress to this brake line because it's kind of important. So ideally you can either hang it, this caliper, to something, but because there is also parking brake cable at the bottom, so it kind of supports it as well. So in my personal opinion, it's kind of safe to leave it like that, but what we can also do, we can support it with, put it on a canister of AdBlue or support it with some box. Next thing we do, we'll just remove the brake pads on both sides. There we go. Now we can remove the brake disc. It's held by a little bolt here. It can be Torx or it can be crosshead, as in this case. So we just insert the It shouldn't be too tight. It can be stuck sometimes. In our case, it's not a problem. So with this little bolt out, try not to lose it. You can take the disc off here, and so we don't lose the bolt, we'll just insert it back where it was, like that. So this is the speed sensor view from inside. As you can see, as the wheel is spinning, it's like a little electric magnet, and it senses these metal lines, so it can sense the speed of the wheel. Of course, we can apply some WD-40 on here on this side, but I have a feeling it's not gonna move. I broke it already anyway, so we're gonna remove it. You can use pretty much any weapon of destruction. You can drill it out if you want. I'm gonna use chisel and see what we can do about it. As you can see, I broke it already. Some wiring coming out. Try not to damage anything else. We're going only for the sensor kill. We can take some pieces out with the pliers. So eventually, little by little, we'll take it out. Now you know what's inside speed sensor. Probably not the best view, but let's take something smaller. This is like a punch pin, and I think this is the time when you want to wear your glasses, because some pieces break away and they fly everywhere. That's it. We made him move. There we go. That's the other side of it. Nice and easy. Now let's get all this stuff out. Nice. We took the sensor out. Inside of the sensor there is still plastic surrounding outside, so we're gonna get rid of that as well. As you can see, it's not as easy as manual says. Just remove the bolt, disconnect connector and pull it out. If your car has a bit of mileage, a bit of rust, you have to be wild to this sensor. There we go. Eventually, we took the plastics out. That's it. Now what you want to do is clean this hole. I've got the new sensor. Bought it on eBay for $5. If you buy it from car parts shops, it will cost you also not too much, like 12 quid-ish. Now you want to clean off. Make sure nothing stays on the hub, because it's a magnet, it can stick to something, so make sure it's all nice and clean. We can give it a good clean with the sandpaper to bring it to clean metal inside. Then we take our new sensor As I said, bought it on eBay for $5 with 2-year warranty. Some places, some car parts shops, I think they go funny a bit with that, so they can be, the most expensive I have seen is 45 quid. I don't know what's so exciting about it. If you can buy something with the warranty for a $5, go for it. So what we want to do, we want to lubricate it with the copper grease. So next time we will remove it, maybe it will be a bit easier. And then insert it where it should go. Even new sensor is a bit tight to get through. Once you got it in, take this 5mm Allen bolt and insert it where it should go. I'm not gonna give you too much details on that because you have seen it already when I took it out. Then we take our electric plug and simply push it on till it clicks, like that. Before you put the brakes on, make sure there's nothing scratching anything, so no dirt, no little pieces of magnets left anywhere, so all nice and easy. Let's put our brake disc back on. Little bolt goes back in. Pretty much put it back, everything in reverse sequence. Insert our brake pads back on. And the other one. And then we can put the caliper back on. Then insert these two bolts. One is inserted already, so another one goes into here. If you can access it with a torque wrench, tightening torque for them to 35 Newton meters. Don't forget to use 15mm spanner as a counter hold. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. This is how you replace ABS sensor rear for Volkswagen Golf Mk4, which can be applied to Jetta and quite a few other Volkswagen cars. All you have to do now is just put the wheels on, lower the car, and off you go. Thank you for watching. More stuff about this car, some other cars, see my website, wheelsandmotors.com.